I want to ask you, when it comes to supplements, there's always two camps, okay? Supplements are amazing. Oh, supplements don't work. All you need to do is have a healthy diet, and the whole industry is doesn't work. What's your view on that, and how are you different?
I believe that if you eat 30 different plants a day, the chances of you being deficient from micronutrients is low. But micronutrients are just our basic ABC vitamins.
Yeah.
Very few people eat 30 plants a day.
I was going to say, do you eat 30?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Do you? Wait, how do you eat 30 plants a day?
I have about 6 different recipes of a one-pot soup that has 30 different plants. And I cook a big batch of it on a Sunday.
Yeah.
And then depending on what I'm doing through the week, I have fresh food in the freezer or in the fridge that I can just heat up, that is delicious, that has 30 plants, and that I can eat every day.
That is phenomenal. Is this recipe available? Are you sending this?
I will send you the recipe of my favorite one. Yeah, because once you see what it is, you can change it. You can make it like an Asian style. You can make it a spicy Mexican style. The one I'm loving right now is my Italian one. And so you can change the flavors of it, but the general thing, you also get to use up everything in your fridge. So good.
So if you were to eat 30 vegetables a day, then you wouldn't necessarily need
vitamins and minerals. We actually offer, more than 50% of the ingredients we offer are not vitamins and minerals, because we actually believe that the diverse diet of the Western world is probably not as microdeficient as we think. But I'll tell you some things that you cannot get from your diet that supplementation is great for. So one thing is, in one Nourished stack, there is 1.4 kilograms worth of curcumin. So you would have to eat 1.4 kilograms of turmeric root to get the same amount of curcumin in one Nourished stack.
No one's going to eat that.
No, I mean, and think of the mess it would make, right?
Yeah,
think of the color. To have the same amount of resveratrol, you'd have to drink 14 bottles of red wine. Don't recommend that. No, right? Ashwagandha tastes horrible. I wouldn't recommend anyone eats it raw. But we have a very high, potent, and efficacious dose in our product. And that's just 3 examples, and there are many, many more. We have about 35 superfoods that you would struggle to incorporate into your daily food, or even if you could, not at an efficacious level.
Yeah.
And so that's where I think supplementation does a great job. Collagen is another example. We have a collagen made from upcycled eggshells. It's animal cruelty-free, has 3 different collagens. To get that amount of collagen from your normal food, you would have to be eating a humongous amount of fish or a huge amount of bone broth. You would struggle. So I think it's about efficiency, and it's about concentrating those really, really beneficial ingredients that are hard to get from normal food, but have really, really strong scientifically validated benefits.
So I've got this photo here. Tell me about this photo. What's happening? When was it?
So that's when we received the very first King's Award for Innovation. King Charles took over the awards, which used to be called the Queen's Awards.
Yeah.
These are given out for enterprise and innovation, export, social impact. And we won the first ever King's Award for Innovation.
And what did that mean to you when you won it?
Oh, it meant a huge amount. Yeah, I think that's probably the highest honor this country can bestow. And in innovation being the thing that I care very deeply about, and I believe we do very well. It was incredible to be recognized. They sent the Royal Lieutenant to give us the award, and I had the honor to go to the palace and meet His Majesty in a lovely event and I was so surprised. He knew who I was, and he knew what our company did. And that just blew my mind.
Is he a subscriber?
He's not a subscriber, I don't think. Well, if he is, he's ordering under a different name, which is possible. But no, he knew who we were, and he knew what we did. And that made me feel very proud and very honored.
And our next photo, you're standing next to a Nouveau gummy stand. Tell me about this photo.
So in that photo, I'm standing next to the CEO of UPSA. UPSA is famous for inventing aspirin. They're one of the largest pharmaceutical laboratories in France. They operate all over Europe. That is when we launched the first ever preventative health line with them, where we now sell across 22,000 independent pharmacies via our partnership of UPSA X Nourished gummies. That was the first thing we did using the high-speed line, and it's transformed our business.
Wow, that's incredible. So is that like an aspirin in a gummy?
No, it's basically, they make those types of products,
Yeah.
but they knew that there was a lot of growth and excitement in preventative health. So they came to us and said, hey, would you be open to partnering with us to develop a range that would be great, would be well suited to the French, Italian, Belgium, Swiss markets? And we worked with them for 18 months doing laboratory work and color and flavor testing. And we launched it last year, and it took a historic market share. We're still, I believe, at the moment, the #2 adult gummy vitamin brand in France and Italy.
Wow, incredible. Everything you say is like, my goodness. So our next photo, is this Remedy Health HQ?
It is. That's Alpha Site. We actually have 3 sites, but that is me outside Alpha Site on the day that we opened it, which was about 2 years ago. That was a huge, huge moment for our business. We moved from a much smaller site to a very professional site. And in that site, we have all of our FDA certs and GFSI certs. And that's where we also built the high-speed line. It's where I work in Birmingham.
How big is the high-speed line?
Ooh, the high-speed line is really small for how much it can make. It's 16 meters long.
Okay.
A normal gummy line is about 4 times that long, but makes around about the same amount depending on the mogul size. So I think what we've done is be very smart in the way that we've put it together. It has a 360 conveyor, so it means that we use space under, in a circle, which is unique and allows us to make a lot of product in a very compact space.
So this is you looking incredibly glamorous.
Oh, thanks.
When was this?
That was in 2021. And I think that was when we had just launched the first NV4, which is the machine sitting behind me. And we were recognized by multiple awards, including the Manufacturer of the Year, the Food Manufacturer of the Year award in the apples. And so that was for a piece that they did, I think, in the Daily Mail.
So our last photo is you giving a talk. When was this, and what does this photo mean to you?
That was the day that we launched Nourished.
Really?
Yeah. So we did a press preview and sneak preview the night before Nourished went live on the internet at Soho House. That's me doing a speech, thanking my team and our supporters. All of our investors were there, all of the people who are partnered with our brand from a supplier point of view, and of course, all of my team. That was a huge deal. It was a really big deal, and it was a beautiful moment. It was super stressful, though, because the next morning the website had loads of bugs. And so
typical.
It was a super late night, and then the next day we were up at like 4 a.m. trying to fix code bugs in the website to make sure that it launched okay, because all the media were there, and obviously they pushed pieces out the front. So, but we made it happen. Nobody was the wiser. So yeah, that was a great night. That was really fun.
So looking back at that photo, day 1 of Nourished, or the evening before day 1 of Nourished, and where you are today, I mean, some of what you said has blown my mind, particularly the getting up at 4:30 every morning. What would be your advice for other women looking at you and thinking, I don't know if I can do that, or feeling they'd never be able to achieve these sorts of things? What would be your final piece of advice for other women? Because what you've achieved is absolutely phenomenal.
I think that no one should try and achieve the same thing as someone else. I think you should find the thing that you love and that you believe is really meaningful and that will make a really positive impact and will make you go to bed proud every day. And if you can do that, you will define your own success. You have access to so much information now that you can, as much as is humanly possible, de-risk a business opportunity better than ever before. And I think I think a lot of women that I meet are afraid of technology. Technology is a tool. If it's not easy to use yet, that's the technology's curve. It's not you. It's moving quick. Don't worry. Find technologies that you can mash together to be able to achieve your goal.